Thank you very much. Please go ahead. It's your turn. God
Okay,
bless you, sir.
okay. Yeah. So somebody sent me, well, normally a video clip or something from US. He said Tinubu is filing a case in the court in Washington D.C. or so to prevent FBI from releasing whatever information they have on him, just like he did with Chicago State University that later failed, which compelled Chicago State University to do the deposition they did. So what I want to say on this is this: you see, people did not know. They say it's 2,500 pages. It's about 70,000, but and according to what was sent to me, FBI will be releasing. Today is 19. Maybe within the next 10 days, that should be 29th. So within the next 10 days, we must have information from the FBI, first batch or first installment of whatever details. Of course, it cannot be good now. And for Tinubu to go to court to prevent them from releasing it. You see, I think at this point, Nigerians should be enraged. That is, let's not even wait for Supreme Court or FBI. We should be enraged. When the person who claimed to be your president is pulling all stunts to make sure that his secret or his private life is not known to the people, then why are you number one citizen? Why? Why do you aspire to be number one citizen? When you're dealing, if you know all this, you see, that's why I like this. Sometimes I like the English people. When you see them as they are good, you recommend them for political office. They will tell you, no, 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 I don't want to go. You say, why? He said, no, I don't want anybody to delve into my past. It's as simple as that. You may not like it, but that honor, he will tell you, he said, no, no, I don't want. Because they know the moment you raise your hand up that you want to contest for any position, they will delve into your past. Can you imagine the Prime Minister of UK or anybody going to court that the court should not release one? Ah, God, the whole country will be, I mean, everybody will be mad. Now look at what we are having. Anyway, as far as I know, he will fail. I know no court in America can accede to what he's asking for. No court can grant that. Therefore, we have to wait for another diet of some, some stormy secrets of Tinubu. FBI will be able to tell us really. And now, right now, the names we know is Ahmed, Adekunle, Yekini, Amoda, Sangodele, and all those nonsense. So FBI will be able to tell us all the real drug deal he did in US. I think FBI should be able to tell us. And I understand IRS again, Internal Revenue Service, will also release their own. So is this, are we really, I mean, why are is it that is it that Nigerians do not understand the time that what is really happening, or just maybe those of us that are abroad, we always every news is always at our fingertips every day, every minute you are receiving. Does it mean those in Nigeria they don't know what it means that your president, if they release it? How can such a man be president? He is the worst we've ever had. So to that extent, I do not think, you know, I I wonder why Nigerians are still quiet by now. They are not disturbed that somebody who said he want to be, who claimed to be your president, school forged the certificate he submitted to INEC was forged, confirmed. Now he's telling FBI don't release anything. Which means what is he afraid of? What is he afraid of? Which means the system is he knows it because it will jeopardize his whatever stand. And if he can injurious to his case, it means that he's guilty of so many things we do not know. So please, on behalf of those that are the good citizens, I will urge FBI not to entertain all those whatever nonsense that comes. In fact, let them even let them even how do they call it in court? You know, pay damages or maybe surcharge him and let him pay for even coming to play with the American justice judicial system. It's not Nigeria where if you commit a crime in Medugri because you want it to be tried in somewhere in Port Harcourt, they will look for a lawyer. I mean a judge, maybe from Niger State, bring him through, transfer him to Port Harcourt just to sit on that case. After that, they will transfer him again. So look at the way we deceive ourselves. So it's really something interesting times ahead for those that care to know. Now, the next issue is this Sheikh Gumi and calling Wike satanic. Sa- Satanic Wike. Well, the thing about it is that as much as Wike might appear satanic, yes, I'm not interested in what him and Gumi is having, a running battle, if they are having. But what my interest is the what I read in the People's Gazette, where Gumi saying that unbelievers, Christians, cannot be trusted with security, that a Muslim should have it, all those not, but all this religious bigotry that have kept Nigeria where it is today. You see, so when people say some things like that, I feel taken aback. Not really because of the fact that I can't read between the lines, but I know that people like Gumi in the north, millions of Almajiri are following him, his teaching. So when he indoctrinates this type of nonsense, bigotry in them, that is what they will use to be visiting some of us in the south. Imagine. In that same breath, he said, you give them, you entrust them, you give them gun, you put them in security, they kill you. Is it not how they kill Sadwana? In Zogu kill Sadwana? Is it not how how they buy the, what are the names? Mutala? Is that not how they buy the, who again he mentioned? It was by a stroke of luck IBB escaped. You see, when people say this, you know, you start to wonder, is there no merit? Is there, how then do you blame those that are waving a different flag? Tell me. How then do you blame? Tell me what under what condition, what moral justification have you to blame those that are waving a different flag? When somebody will be saying this openly, it is not that I'm not against somebody revisiting our history. The fact of what happened since 1960 to date is a historical fact. I do not dispute that. But what I do not agree with is for you to interpret the thing to suit you and then paint me in black in a very bad color, such that people I will not be a fair game for anybody who come across me. That is what I don't like. History, if you want to, Bob Marley said, no, you want to go through history, don't tell lies. When you want to interpret it, Nigeria did not start in 1966. They have been cool since 1966 till maybe in the last 30 years or so. So if you want to go, you go. What is good for the geese? In some, if they kill, I mean, if they buy somebody here, they have to buy the other side. If you want to interpret history, that is my idea. When I read it, I feel bitter. Not that he has a say. It's let me say, they said it's what is the freedom of speech? Yes, that is freedom of speech. But what if I give my own? If you don't want to, if you don't know my name, you ask me. I will tell you my name. You don't have to give me a name so that when you give me, you say I must answer it. No, that is what I say no to. So when this type of interpretation and people and nobody, not even the almighty DSS that is everywhere querying people, we bring you, come and explain. Ha, nobody is touching Gumi. These are the Rottweilers, they call them. They can say anything at the time of the day and get away with it. Nobody queries them. You feel that when let's say somebody from you that is different from, does not speak the same language with you, probably the same different culture and the orientation with you, you want to be in the same country with the person and you don't want the person to exercise power, it will only come from you, then everything will be okay. If you give, so which means you should be security guarding me, I cannot guide you. Well, the issue is that to some of us, we've resolved that P2B, we must do everything to get him over the line. I do not wish, I've put all my resources, my energy, my time to make sure it comes to fruition. I'm not the only person. I'm only joining well-meaning people like NAIJA Watch keep us. That's why any that didn't come here, I feel I've missed a lot. But we must follow it till the end. Insofar as P2B hasn't chickened out. But because I must have to, you know, I'm not dogmatic as not to know that look, there is also always alternative in life. The alternative to live is not to live. The alternative to day is night. The alternative to light is darkness. So if they do all their shenanigans and feel that this criminal should be there, or they replace him with another Fulani man, saying that after all, Igbo man can't do anything. Look, well, they are holding in now, they kind of quite all right, but freedom will continue until we achieve it. But I hope it wouldn't come to that. Because when people say something like this and you leave them, then what sort of country are we building? So we have to be going the one way traffic forever because some people want it. By the way, I'm not that I'm a fan of Wike, but the fact that Wike became Minister of Federal Capital FCT, if you want to, if you have any beef with him, you want to, criticize what he's doing, which we all do here, you criticize it and not just to go and talk nonsense. You give them gun, you make them security, then they kill us. So what? What of the ones? What of the ones the ones they've been doing? So please, those that are cutting to that the apostles of Sheikh Gumi, they had better listen, talk to him. This is not. They are the people that will be talking one Nigeria. The greatest apostle, people that mouth it, not that they meant it. People that we start every sentence, every paragraph, every chapter, every page with one Nigeria is the people from Gumi's area. They will be telling you one Nigeria, hey, unity. God created Nigeria, so I can be a slave. Yesterday I made it known here that the white people came, took us to slavery, we did cheap labor. From what I read, from what I learned, people from my own ethnic group, they say they are the strongest. That's why they committed whatever they did in Savannah, in Georgia, U.S., because they were felt that their dignity is being trampled upon. They left. In the end, we are the strongest, according to history, the one I read. I may be wrong. Then it happened that because of a phase of human development, God said, or whoever, whatever it is, William Wilberforce and all the thing they did, they stopped slavery. Then the white man came again as colonialism, they make us a language, said, do what they did. With the help of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the great Zik, Africa was liberated according to Mandela. Then after doing that, and now black colonizing black again. What my great grandfather put up with, my grandfather tolerated it. My father endured it. If their children, their son, will even endure it, it means that their generation they've gotten a child. It's as simple as that. Something must have to give. P2B, I keep saying it is Nigeria's last chance. Whatever narrative they are bringing to it, we are not prepared for that. Because this time, those of us that said, look, let us wave a different flag, and the elders said, no, there is a reason for us to be. Let's give it a trial. The South has spent 8 years, 3 years as vice president, 5 years as president. The Southwest, before May 29th, has done 16 years, 8 years as vice president, 8 years as president. The Northwest has even done more than 16 years, but let me stop at that. 8 years as president, 8 as vice. The Northeast has done 8 years as vice. It's only left the Middle Belt and the Southeast. They say the power should come down to the South. Now, when it gets to the South, does it not make sense that it should go to the Southeast instead of any other Southwest or South-South? Having tested it, we kept quiet in the hope that things will play itself out. Now, they are using beavers. When we want to win, people saw the justice, the rationale that, look, somebody from Southeast should be president. Those in the North, everybody, including the Southwest, they rejected they rejected their candidate. Everywhere, they voted for the Southeast. Those that claim that they own, all these Gumiden people, that they own Nigeria, they determine. They will tell you who will do 4 years, who will do 8 years. They go and switch up the beavers. By the way, the beavers is an ingenuity of somebody from the Southeast. An engineer, a graduate of UNN, electrical electronics. It's an ingenuity from the chap. Now they go and switch it off in the middle of the night just to punish us. All these things you can play God, but to some extent, this thing can't happen. If P2B fails to get this, look, you will see a different CM. That's why I'm only sounding a death of warning. But because of the fact that the collective effort of everybody to push P2B across the line is not just my own. Those that I don't want to betray anybody, because if I start to withdraw, what will people like NAIJA that dedicated the entire channel since last year do? We have to come out and encourage them. After all, it's in the best interest of everybody, including me and everybody. The real poverty Nigeria is battling is with Gumi's people, and that is why Peter Obi came. So when they start to play all this to try to tell you that they own you, even slave trade is stopped. Slave trade, you know that then there was no, the world was in darkness. It stopped. Colonialism, as sweet as it is, it stopped. Now, Niger is waking up to challenge France. So why can't the Biafrans, Ndi Igbo, wake up to challenge whoever is holding their hand ransom? But the time hasn't come. I only pray that they allow people to be in the interest of peace, so that that thing, the crude oil they are still enjoying from Bayelsa, they will be flowing for them, or the one they looted. Failing it, I'm saying this, failing it, because you can't play God. You are not God in heaven. You are not the God. You can never play God against anybody. Even if you will do it just for a time, and that time has passed, it cannot happen. Our case is very crystal clear, morally justified, politically expedient. So I do not see why somebody like that should be vomiting nonsense and nobody is talking to him. You have to say who will win, who will be in Abuja, who will be president, who you are going to give 4 years, where you will later they will not talk. All those power go not. Look, I'm not afraid of you ruling yourself where you are, but you can't rule me. We suffered under slavery, suffered in the interest of one Nigeria. I lost more than 5 million of my kit and kin. Every election round we are slaughtered. Then when somebody will be that, do you think we are fools? Let me end on this. What my great-great-grandfather endured, tolerated, couldn't do anything about. My great-great-grandfather, still the same. My great-grandfather, then my grandfather, then my father did. When it comes to my generation, IT.com, after all, internet was created by an Igbo man, Philip Emeagwali. So if we can endure this, still be under Fulani jackboot after Peter Obi's this thing, it then means that our generation is famished forever. Let me just put it that way. We are doomed. It cannot happen. It cannot. So to Gumi, I'm telling them, they like or it cannot happen. This is their last hurrah. If they don't allow Peter Obi to go over the line and become what he claim his mandate, if they like, let them do anything they want to do. All I know is to attend to Israel. That is when we will redraw the map of Nigeria. For those that may be afraid, the map of Nigeria in 1960 is not what it was in 1964 because Western Cameroon has left. The map of Nigeria in 1967, 70, 75 is not what it was in 1999. By 2000 and by 2010, Bakassi has all gone. So Nigeria is chipping away. Nobody can come and tell me that Nigeria is a permanent something. God didn't create Nigeria. So all this nonsense of provocative talk here and there in the name of Wike, I'm not a fan of Wike, but you cannot, because of Wike, you go and revisit 1966. You want to tell us who killed Sadwana? What of Ironsi? Is Ironsi not is he a cockroach? Who killed him? Who pied Ironsi? Is he a cockroach? But people don't say about that. Only what they want is January 16th. January 15th, yes. What of July 29th and thereafter? Please, Nigerians should be careful. It is either we come together and build it to the benefit of everybody, but you cannot tell me that I do not have a stake. I shouldn't belong. You bring your candidate, I vote. We vote for Ijo. We voted for Yoruba. We voted for Fulani. Then you can't vote for me. If I do, you go and switch up the beavers because you are the owner. It cannot happen. On that note, let me just sound it because I'm so bitter this evening. But then we have to use our tongue to count our teeth. Those that are spoken to should understand. Nigeria belongs to nobody. Nobody can lord it over anybody. Nobody. I don't want to lord it over anybody. Therefore, you can't lord it over me. After all, we've been existing on our own separately before the white man joined us together just for their own commercial interest. Since they left, everybody now feel that you can now come from slavery to colonialism now to neo-colonialism by a Fulani or those that feel they own Nigeria. It cannot happen. No. Those that want to be their slave can be. But for me and my generation, it can never happen. After all, what we acquire resources for is not to spend it for something noble. Thank you very much.
That was a wonderful analysis from you, Oga CM. The problem of our country, Nigeria, is deep. Thank you very much, Oga CM. God bless you.